What's good with the YouTube? This is your homie Big Flacco from a convict's perspective, man. I'm smashing, dashing, sliding on through with a little bit of energy. What's cracking, people? So today I got a special guest, man. What do they call you, brother?
Shady Outlaw.
Shady Outlaw from Trey Crips, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, bro. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm blessed, man. So what we do on this channel is, man, we bring people on here, man. We try to have a little bit of a message about people's lives, man. Then we try to also have a positive message for the listeners out there, the kids, you know what I mean? And the community and whatnot, man, so they don't make the same mistakes that we made, you know? I'm an ex-convict. I did a lot of time as well, you know what I'm saying? Was validated, was up in the shoe, you know what I'm saying? You know how it goes, bro. So let's start off at the beginning, man. Tell us a little bit about growing up out there in Trey.
Well, first of all, man, how y'all doing out there, man? This Shady Outlaw, man, coming at you, man, with some real game. I started off, man, 8 years old, man. I'm 43 years old right now. I started off, man, it was a family, family orientated with all my families from Trey gangster. So, I seen them, doing their thing, and I wanted to be a part. I wanted to be a part of it, man.
Okay. At what age did you first start becoming a Crip?
8.
8 years old, man. Damn, man.
8 years old.
Like back then, what did it mean back then to you? You know what I mean? Like as far as out there in the streets, was it a whole different type of element, or was it more just gangbanging?
It was back then. It was more like a family orientated thing, man. When I came up, it wasn't so much of like the gang banging aspect. It was just, it was all like family and love, and I didn't really start gang banging until I hit Juvenile Hall. That's when I really seen that, the aspect of gang banging was really like real. I seen it, in the hood, but it wasn't. I really didn't get the idea until I hit Juvenile Hall.
I mean, take us through Juvenile Hall, man. What type of fights were going on? What type of little melees and stuff were going on in there?
Yeah, my first encounter, man. When I first got there, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was kind of scared because I was small, man, when I first got there, and I had Los Padrinos. And when I came, a lot of dudes was hitting me up. Where you from? Where you from? And at first I froze up a couple of times, but then as time passed by, I was like, you know what? If this is something I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go full throttle. So I'm from Trey gangster. Yeah, my name's Shady Outlaw. What's up? You know what I'm saying? And my first fight, I got my jaw broke. You know what I'm saying? My shit was wired up for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
A dude that hit me with a plastic chair. Man, I was sitting in the day room watching TV, eating some cookies and drinking milk. And the dude hit me in the face, man, with a plastic chair.
Was it Crip on Crip or Crip blood?
It was a Crip. It was a Crip in the blood. A blood dude hit me.
Okay. Because I know out down south, man, people don't really always understand this, but a lot of Crips go at it with Crips out there. Am I right?
Yeah, right now it's Crip on Crip, and the blood is kind of united with the Crips as of right now. But a long time ago, it wasn't like that. It was Crip, and Crip was together, and we was against the Bloods.
This call is being recorded.
Yeah. What was your relationship at a young age with like the Sureños down there?
Well, we was close to the Florencias, so. The Florencias that was by us, it was all like money action, and we used to buy guns, and it was good. It wasn't. We never had really too much problem on black and brown when I was coming up. It wasn't as major as it is coming up in the after, like, if I say in the 2000s, back in the early 80s and 90s. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too much like friction like that.
Okay. Most definitely. So, take us through like your journey, like what I mean, that led you to going into the system. Take us through like how it was gangbanging out in the streets. The incidents that you may have ran into, some crazy stuff that let the listeners know how that life was for you.
Well, as far as coming up, when I first hit, after I hit Los Padrinos, man, my life shit, it's like, it turned into full life game banging, man. I was full. I hit the pedal, man. I felt like, it was my time to shine, to get my name known. I had to get my stars up. So it was like, I'm fighting everything. I'm rushing all my enemies. Then I hit YA. I hit Youth Authority. When I hit Youth Authority, that was another stage. I hit Youth Authority when I turned 14. So when I turned 14, I hit Youth Authority, and once I hit Youth Authority, it was like shit. Another stage. It became fighting, and then now it's like stabbing. That's when I learned about black against brown, because we was separated. We was like segregated.
Yeah.
So it was like, we couldn't do it with certain rules. We couldn't do it with them, and there were certain rules with them they couldn't do with us, and it was rides jumping off, and that's when I learned a whole lot with black and brown. But my journey with that, man, is I learned a whole lot. Before I hit prison, I got back out. When I got out of YA, at 99. I got out of YA, I was 19 years old, and my status for my hood, it emerged, because I was fighting everything. I was fighting my enemies. My name was ringing. So when I got out, I felt like shit. I was bigger. You know what I'm saying? I was working out every day. I started getting bigger. And when I got out, my homies was looking at me like, shit, you like a young G. You know what I'm saying? We heard you was in there smashing and beating up on fools and running shit. And, so I took that to my head, man. And I started like just building a leadership with my homies on the outside. My little homies looked up to me, but I hang around them, but my older homies, so I picked up, just certain things from them. Everybody had a playbook. So it was just like football, man. You got a playbook, you pick up every scrimmage. So what I did was I picked up every playbook from my older homies that I seen that was somebody. I took something from them, and I added to my own resume, and I created myself.
Okay. Yeah. Most definitely. So let me ask you something. Like, in Juvenile Hall and YA, did you guys have like any type of leadership or anything like that, or was it just every man for himself and you guys just rocked together?
Yeah, it was like every man for themselves, man. When I was coming up in Los Padrinos and in the juvenile system, when I hit YA, it was kind of more like a little bit of structure. The structure was more like, because you hit the next step is prison. So some dudes, had a little bit of leadership qualifications, letting us know that, we don't do this, you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't answer to really like nobody. It was more like a black and a brown, segregation type thing. That was more on that level. The gang banging, we was still gang banging against each other, but it seemed like it was like you would graduate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't in Los Padrinos no more. You ain't rushing your enemies no more. Now is, look at this. This is how we do it here. So it was kind of like on a different level. Like every stage that I went through, it's been like a graduation level to a different. First it was like how junior high school, elementary. You know what I'm saying? It's like that.
Oh yeah.
Coming up in the system.
So where were you at in YA?
I went to first. I hit Nellis, then I hit El Paso de Robles, then I hit YTS. I paroled from YTS.
What year were you in Nellis?
In Nellis, I was in there in '93.
Oh, so you were there when they first brought the Norteños first there, huh?
Yeah.
How was that for them?
Oh yeah, but they had it rough. The Norteños had it rough, man. You know what I'm saying? It was all they was always getting ruts. Or Norteño, soon as Norteño hit the yard, either he was getting rushed or they was rushing, the surround. It was going down back then.
Yeah. We had a couple homeboys. I have a couple homeboys that were there on the first bus that went there. They told us about it and stuff, man. So that you didn't get to experience none of the C-14 or nothing like that, did you?
Yeah, I was a part of the C-14.
Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, man. That was the C-4 when the C-14 when they created C-14. It was mostly like Crips was joining the up north, the dudes that was from up north. You know what I'm saying? Collaborating against the Serranos. So
This call is being recorded.
it was like a collaboration. You know what I'm saying? And once you join C14, like Serenos automatically they put you on green light. You know what I'm saying? So, if you was a part of that, you had to get branded. You had to get it tattooed on you, C14. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you had to get branded. If you didn't get branded, you wasn't part of it.
Oh, that's what's up. I've heard about it, man, because that's who I used to rock with, Norteños. You know what I mean? And so I never really.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So that's why I asked you those questions. If you hear me ask those questions, that's why, because I'm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you went. That's why when you said black and brown, I'm like, well, I know you guys were rocking with Norteños in there at that time, man.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah. That was because the Nathaniels, they kind of was like pretty much the bulldogs, and you know what I'm saying. And my clique where I'm from, I'm a bulldog.
Okay.
So that was more like a brotherhood to me when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? What they represented, I represented the same thing. So the Southerners, they looked at it like, oh man, them dudes up there, they represent red, we represent blue. Y'all shouldn't, but they kind of despised us from hanging with the Norteños. You know what I'm saying? When most of them dudes that was Southerners, they hated blacks. They didn't like fucking with the blacks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why most of the dudes, on our end, we clicked up with the Norteños. They was like, we going against them dudes. Y'all might as well ride with us. You know what I'm saying? And we was having more rides with them dudes anyway. So it was like, fuck it, we all right. Let's get at it.
Yeah. Did the Sureños link up with the Bloods or no?
They said they totally segregated themselves. They didn't hang with no blacks. They didn't do nothing. They was just like fuck anything that wasn't them. If you wasn't rocking with them, fuck you.
Yeah. So you get out of YA, you're earning your stripes. Did you know? I know you're from Monster Cody's hood, right?
Exactly.
So was that your homie or what?
Yeah, that's my big homie. That's my G homie. That's one of the dudes that gave me approval to be from the hood.
Rest in peace to Monster Cody. You know what I mean? You already know what happened.
Yeah, man. I was hurt, man. I got the books, the pictures, and everything right here, man. The last time I seen him, you know what I'm saying, was 2004, and we got a chance to holler, man, and that was like an instant. That's why I say that's like some of the dudes that I took things from their playbook, man, out the hood, man, and use it to my own to make me who I am. You know what I mean? He's one of them.
Yeah. So you went. What year did you go to prison finally?
I went to prison in 2000.
In 2000. What kind of case did you have?
I had a murder.
A murder case. Okay. Would they charge you with manslaughter or what? What they ended up?
I got manslaughter. I did 10.
Okay. And where'd you do all your time at?
I went to my first rodeo. I went to High Desert. From High Desert, I went to Salinas Valley.
This call is being recorded.
Salinas Valley, I went down to Solano, and from Solano, I fucked around and fucked up. I stabbed some dude. You know what I'm saying? That because what they did was they was trying to like integrate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one of the dudes came and was on paperwork, and I ended up having to get him off the yard and shit. I ended up going out with the Lancaster. I opened up Lancaster, and when I opened up Lancaster, shit, it was like everybody was coming through, man. You know what I'm saying? Different prisons. You know what I'm saying? And from out of state, they had made out of state. They were sending people out of state, so they was bringing back out of state people because I guess it was a big riot that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I paroled from Lancaster in 2013.
How were the Crips politics in prison?
It's like we got cards. Like you have the gangster card, you got the neighborhood card, you got Long Beach card, you got Compton and Watts. They together. That's the hub and the dub. They together. You also have BGF. You have CC CCO. You know what I mean? It's like groups.
Is
You know what I'm saying?
CCO still active?
Yeah, they still active. I mean, you know, it's still a couple around. I mean, it ain't too many floating, but on them level 4s, they still around.
Yeah. Those are like more of a movement, right?
Yeah, it's like a movement. Yeah, it's more like a a consolidated movement. You know, with CCOs, you have to be connected with that shit.
Yeah, most definitely. So you went through, you did your prison stint, man. Any riots, anything like that happen?
Oh yeah. I had to kick off a few when I first got there. You know, it was like I had to build my reputation up on it when I first hit the prison too. You know, I mean, when I first hit the prison in 2000, you know, when I hit that yard, you know, after I learned how to make a knife, man, my homie was like, hey man, it's time to get cracking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, it wasn't like, you know, I had to start a riot, you know what I'm saying, to see if I was hard or not. I mean, it was more of the first incident that ever happened. I had to make sure that I was the first one to participate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
You know.
So let me ask you something real quick. Did you experience the hunger strikes and all that and the end to all hostilities?
You say who?
Did you experience the hunger strikes that were going on?
The hunger strikes?
Yeah. Or were you already out?
Oh yeah, I was a part of that.
Okay. So you see, did you experience all the changes in the politics now? It seems like there's less racial stuff going on, less little turmoil on these main lines.
Well, on the main, right now, the reason why, you know, it's less like politics going on with black and brown is because most of the dudes that's on the level 4s that was locked down, you know, the MA, you know what I'm saying, some of the shot callers, some dudes, you know, some of the G homies, BTFs and CCO, you know, they all came together, you know, and they wanted to get off that. They wanted to get off, you know, even some of the G homies that's on death row, you know what I'm saying, they wanted to get off that. They wanted to get off that, you know, that mediated lockdown. So what they did was they all came together and passed the word like, look, man, you know, we've been doing this, we've been fighting and we've been feuding for too long. You know what I'm saying? You know, let's come together and see that we all convicts, we all locked up. You know what I'm saying? If we continue fighting, everything is going to get worse for us. It's not going to get better. So everybody put their hands together and everybody started passing the word to each group and each of their peoples. Like, look, you know, certain things that we couldn't do, we can do. We can play basketball now together. You know what I'm saying? We can walk around the track and, you know what I'm saying, shoot the breeze and, you know what I'm saying, you know, you can cook a spread now and, you know what I'm saying, I can eat out your bowl. You know, it was none of that at first. You know what I'm saying? You know, even right now in this county jail, man, you know what I'm saying, I was just on the main line, you know, it was more like a business thing, you know what I'm saying? We can do more business transactions, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But yeah, it done came. It's not as bad as it was. I mean, you still got your little, you know, you still get your twerks, man, when certain people come through. You know what I'm saying? That still you can still got that. Oh man, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But not really knowing because they ain't been nowhere. You know what I'm saying? How the things have changed.
Yeah,
This call is being
most
recorded.
definitely. So, were you in the system when Yogi Pinnell got hit?
You say one time?
Were you in the system when Yogi got hit and killed?
Yeah.
How was that for you guys, man? Was there like a reaction in other prisons or anything?
Yeah, it was a flat. Yeah, oh yeah, most definitely.
You know what I mean? Okay.
That was like you know, I mean, some people. I mean, I'm gonna tell you like this. Some people, like I said, on the 4-yard, it's different when you go into level 2 and level 1. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Level 1, level 2, they not tripping. When you go on them 3 and them 4s, it's more, you know, a structure and more like that's the dudes that, you know, they sitting on the shelf, so they ain't never coming on. Some of the dudes ain't never coming on.
Okay, so
you know what I mean? So level 1, level 2, you know, you got your feet up, man. You know what I'm saying? You sitting outside, you know what I'm saying, with your sandals on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, damn. I've never been like that in prison. I was always suited and booted. So you know what? I want to touch base on something, man, that maybe you're not familiarized with, right? But you know, like the part of the things that we do on this channel, we're trying to bring like more harmony and peace amongst the groups. You know, I'm not pro gang in gangs, but I don't care if people are in gangs. You know, I support people just making changes in their life, right? And there's been some people who are trying to repair relationships between black and brown down south, right? What do you think needs to be done, man? Because you know, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened in the past, right? There's been conflicts and so forth. What do you think needs to be done in order for the black and brown down south to really, you know, put the past behind them and move forward?
What I really think is people need to be educated. You know what I'm saying? On you know that most people don't hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna speak as far as African American. You know what I'm saying? Most African Americans really think that
This call is being recorded.
Hispanics hate African Americans. You know what I'm saying? And that's only coming through the system. You know what I'm saying? And it's been you know thrown out there to different individuals. You know that, hey man, you know from bloodshed. You know what I'm saying? And from the you know, the Pandora box has been open, man, from the gang and shit that's going on, and you know what I'm saying, past relationships, and you know when hoods was close with each other, and so it's like to be honest, I don't really think it'd never go to 100%, but
It could get better.
it can get better. You know what I'm saying? It can get better in this new generation, and we pass the torch to let them know, like, man, it's okay, man. You know what I'm saying? To shake that brown brother hand, and you know what I'm saying, give him a hug, man, and, or you know what I'm saying, you know, go to the park, go play ball, meet up with the family, and you know what I'm saying, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has gave that okay to let people know, like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? You know.
You're starting to see it a little bit more. You're starting to see it a little bit more, but then you get some people who want to pipe in and cause division. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, because we've kind of had, like, I've had relationships with people from down south, Sureños, everything, man. You know, Crips, Bloods. I talk to everybody, man, because at the end of the day, I believe that the system is the number one enemy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Divide and conquer, man.
And it's true, man, and it's really true. And that's why I also believe that, you know, the dudes that's really was sitting in themselves, man, and could never come out, that was locked down 24/7, they kind of realized that, to know that they had, you know, they had a voice to make some things happen. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell my peoples, man, that kick back, man, you know what I'm saying, and program together, man, you know what I'm saying, you know, have fun together, you know what I mean? You know, once I think they realized that, that's when it started up, you know, that it's like that grass hole started to come, their hands started to come open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was like we both was choking each other out, you know what I'm saying, on both ends, you know.
A lot on the streets too, huh? Like, that's why I was telling someone. I was like, you know what? It had nothing really to do with race at times. It was over territories. But then sometimes you'd have those select few that, because it was over territories, they have animosity. It would become racial, but it was a very low amount of people that would become racial on things like that, man. You know, I'm glad. Yeah, go ahead.
But see, the only reason why I truly believe that it was really on a racial note is because the trust was broken. You know what I'm saying? And it was broken on our end. You know what I mean? From the knowledge that I got, because I was 100% a gang member, man. You know what I'm saying? And I indulged in everything that had anything to do with gang banging. I was 100% right there. You know what I mean? So I wanted to know what's going on, what the ins, the outs. I mean, that's from every hood. I mean, I wanted to know what's going on because I didn't never want to be in the blind side or go somewhere and didn't know, you know, what was going on with this hood or that hood, or, you know. So I know that the trust line was broken on our end on a money transaction. You know what I'm saying? And once that trust was broken, that's when the bloodshed started. Because it wasn't really like no bloodshed going on until, you know, two hoods got into it, and it was that's when everything just it spread like a wildflower. You know what I'm saying? You know, So like I said, man, I think, you know, it has to do with a lot of trust. It's like a trust issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just got to, it's just a slow and repairing process. It's just taking steps a little bit, and it's never going to be 100%. And that's anywhere, because fucking, no matter where you're at, there's going to be funk on the streets with somebody. Somebody's going to have some type of funk, man.
Exactly.
But you can neutralize it a
This
little
call
bit,
is
man.
being recorded.
You know, I like your thinking process on that, man. And you know, we're gonna do a follow up. We're gonna talk about you know your case and all that. But I want to do this in little segments, man. So I know you probably want to give some shouts out to some people out there. I know you probably want to put your PFN and your address and everything, so everybody, so anybody out there, ladies, whatnot, wants to write you, go ahead. It's your time to speak, bro.
Oh yeah, man. I like to give a shout out to just all my loved ones that's out there that know I'm doing this time, man. I'll be back out there. I love y'all. You know, I don't gotta say no names. You know what I mean? But you know, once y'all see my name and know what it is, y'all know what it is. You know, anybody can free to write me. You know, I'm single, man. So, you know, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to shine like a diamond once again. When I was out there. I'm trying to do it big and better. I'm trying to improve. You know, myself. You know, but anybody can feel free, man. To, you know what I'm saying, to get at me. You know what I mean? I'm right here. I'm posted like a stamp.
That's right. That's right. Okay, well, I want you to call me back maybe in about 2 days, brother. We'll try to finish up a little bit more. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
But
sure.
you know, I like to do it in little segments. I like to let people know a little about you, and then we could just break it down on things that we think that will be good conversations and stuff, man. So hold on, I'm gonna end this real quick, and hold on, I'm gonna chop it up with you afterwards. All right, guys. So this is Compass Perspective, Flacco, man, with you know what I'm saying, Shady Outlaw, man, from Trey Crips, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing some time right now. Hopefully he touched down in a couple years, man. All you ladies out there, or anybody, man, just communicate, man. Write them, man. It gets lonely up in there. Everybody knows how that experience in prison, man. With that said, we're out.